How much buzz is there surrounding the program with the success that you had last year, the Sweet 16 run?
I think it's a lot of buzz. Obviously, we're excited. A lot of fans are excited, and coming off a good run like that, it's expected to be excited. One thing we want to do is kind of tune that out, like we did last year. Nobody talked about it, so we don't act like they're not talking about it this year. But the guys are very excited just to get back to playing in the team environment and getting ready in preparation for the season. So it's been really exciting so far.
As a coaching staff, how hard is it to prepare when at first you find out these guys might be leaving to go to the NBA, go out to the NBA, then they decide to return, and now you've got that nucleus back? What is it like to 1 minute think you're going to have to redesign everything with a whole new group of personnel, and then you find out you're getting everybody back?
I think it was the timing of it was good because it was the summer, so it wasn't the pressure of kind of like getting ready for the season, So the coaches did a great job of just talking to the guys. Obviously, everybody kind of chimed in with them, and just the main thing for them is do what they thought was best for them and their families. And obviously coming back to school, we thought was best for them, and they did as well. So for there, we didn't kind of know for a while, but great to have them guys back because they were two of our great leaders. But three guys came back.
The new rule, it seems like it just keeps getting later and later. Now they can wait all the way until the draft before they make their decision. How difficult does that make it for you, just from a personnel standpoint, planning and recruiting and talking to transfers and all of that?
I just think going forward, it's going to be a lot different. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more for the coach and assistant coaches to kind of deal with the recruiting side and that part of it. But my job is just to kind of help those guys and guide them to make the best decision that's for them and their families. So obviously with the coaches, it's going to be a little difficult, now with the time. But as for me, my role won't change in trying to get them guys to do what's best.
How fun is it for you to be back in the program and seeing the success they're having right now?
Oh man, it was great. Last year kind of came into it not knowing what to expect, but after a year of being around the guys and back in the program, it's been great. It's really in a great place. The program is in a great place, and guys are really believing that we're a top echelon in the ACC, which we should be believing that. But you still have to prepare the right way. But so far, the guys' attitudes has been great going into it and preparing for the season.
How does your role help some of the new guys coming in?
Just when you play for a long time like I did, you kind of have credibility with the guys, and me for just building a relationship with them and getting to know them, and them getting to know me, and they know that I have their best interests at heart, and just being that mentor for them, So my job is not just strictly on with them talking about basketball. I deal with their personal life and community service and academics and being around involved in campus. So it's a lot of different areas that I try to help those guys with.
You're such a great point guard here. Do you think that this backcourt has a chance to be one of the best Clemson's ever had?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I believe they can and they will be, because they're so talented and they're different kind of players. So they kind of feed and complement each other really well, and I think that's something that's rare to have two guards that kind of complement each other really well, and Shelton Marquise does that.
Coach, the knowns are there that you got this is coming back. What are the unknowns this year that you guys are working on?
Obviously the new guys, it's how quick they can adapt to this college life, the freshmen, but they're working really hard. So the unknown is just the new guys, or how well. You never know when a guy get in what they're, how they're gonna quickly adapt to this type of level of basketball, So that's kind of like the unknown to me, is how quickly our young guys, our freshmen and our transfer can pick stuff up and blend in well with the team.
What do you take from your experience at Clemson that you pass on to these newcomers and the other players that are here on the team, as far as, sharing your experience at Clemson, how to acclimate into that college lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to come in with an open mind, willing to work every day, willing to listen, willing to be coached, because I tell them all the time, I wasn't no high recruit coming in, people didn't know who I was, but I worked hard every day. I listened to my coaches, and I was coachable. and I did whatever it could to help the team, whether it was play 5 minutes or play 20 minutes, play 30 minutes. It didn't matter to me. My main concern is the success of the team, and that's what I try to let those guys know. The success of the team is really all that matters.
Who've been some of the guys in the offseason that have been the leaders this year with some of the other guys graduating?
Obviously, Eli, with his work ethic this summer, has been really good. Him and Amir did a lot. Obviously, when Shelton and Marquise was kind of making their decision, them two guys that really stand out because of the work they put in. And obviously, with Shelton and Marquise coming back, they're being a lot more vocal than they normally are because they didn't have to have that role before, and they understand that's a big part. If we want to be a successful team, as successful, even more successful as last year, is they have to fill that void of that leadership role that Gabe and Dante left. So those 4 guys and Scar, really all the guys are working, but those guys came in with the leadership and the mentality that we need to have.
I think you were on that Sweet 16 team in the 90s, were you not?
Yeah.
And they made it back for the first time since then. Did that bring back some memories for you?
A lot of memories, as a player, been able to accomplish that, and then come back my first year and the team accomplished that. I always get questions about it, but it was great. 2 different feelings, but obviously great feelings either way. And hopefully telling them let's go further. Do something that we never did and do it back to back years. So obviously it was great. But obviously we don't want to talk about it no more. But as the players, don't want them to. Obviously, it's a new season, new challenges. So, but it's definitely been great being a part of 2 Sweet 16s at my university.
Have you seen that these guys have the right mindset, not to really say, "Hey, look how great we are with what we did," but let's do more?
Yeah, they do. They do. You still got to have that underdog mentality. We understand that last year was great, but this is a new season, new team. Everybody else is changing. Everybody else is getting better, so we have to get better and take it day by day. That's one of the great things that we did last year. Is we didn't look far ahead. We didn't worry about what people said. We just stayed day to day in our grind, and that's what we're doing again this year in the preparation, getting ready for the season. So far in the preseason has been great. The guys have been working extremely hard and really having the right mindset. You can tell we're a team that understands how to win now, but we understand that you can't win without each other in the day-to-day process.
You spoke of Amir a minute ago. He's a player that everybody's looking to take another step forward this year. With the return of David back to the lineup, it takes a little bit of that pressure off of him as far as accelerating that development. But what have you seen as far as his development this summer?
I think it's been great. He put in a lot of work. He's really shooting the ball well. He's doing a lot of different things. Obviously, his body is in great shape, and he's a guy that puts the time and the work in the gym. And I think with Scar coming back, it's kind of going to help him out and kind of compliment him, and I think everybody knows that we're looking forward to him having a big year.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you,